Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm driving what started life as a 2002 Subaru Impreza station wagon, but as you'll see, it's not quite what it is anymore. Up front is a 2.5 liter flat 4, down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. So this is going to be slightly less traditional than most of my other reviews where I talk about the drivetrain, and then I talk about the interior and the features, and then I talk about my overall thoughts on it. We're actually gonna start this video off with explaining what the heck this thing is. This car was built by my friend RJ, and he's done some modifications to the back end. And so I'll let him explain.
All right, so under here, well, the roof was cut right here around this body line, and there's square tubing underneath, sandwiched in between the inner and outer skin. It was welded in there, and then welded on top is just this like 1/8 inch sheet metal. And then eventually I body filled that in, made it nice and smooth, and then it was bed linered over with the yellow and black. It has a half cage, 4-point roll cage, which just to help with structural rigidity because half the roof is gone. The rear hatch and the rear doors were welded up and covered with body filler, and obviously now you can't see them. So in here I have a rear strut brace, which is kind of dinged up from throwing stuff back here. But I have a spare tire compartment underneath this metal plate where I still have access to my spare tire. I have some tie-down hooks which are welded in, and there's also drain holes, so this does not become a hot tub during rainy season. Back here is polycarbonate plastic for the rear window, which has worked great and held up for weather. And this was just cut and welded and blended in all together so that it creates a seamless roof line. The main work of just cutting it and converting it was about a couple months. Then I painted it. And then it wasn't until later in the spring that I actually went and finished up the bed. It also didn't take a lot of money to do. I mean, I don't have a number on how much I spent doing it, but I think just on metal and material, I would say probably $1,500 was probably the core of it. And that's probably on the high side, just being generous.
The actual driving experience is pretty much what a regular Impreza would be. Stock clutch, stock engine, stock transmission, stock differentials. However, you do notice that the weight is not different. It's just a little bit lower, and it's a lot more rigid. Because RJ has added those roll bars to the back and the strut bar and other chassis stiffening, it actually makes a pretty stiff ride. It's a stock NA 2.5 liter. This car is not fast, but that's okay. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. I want to talk about the interior for a little bit here. So in front of me, I have the stock Impreza gauges, nothing really too crazy there. Stock Impreza wheel. I do have some added glow shift gauges up on the A-pillar and in the center as well. RJ made a custom switch panel. So this car is actually push to start. It has an electronic cutoff, as well as switches for the ignition, accessories, and things like that. Stock air conditioning and heating controls. There is a hydro e-brake in here. Yes, it is functional. It's nice. I don't think I'll ever use it, but it's there, and that's cool. An added shift knob, which I actually quite like. Center console with my mirror adjustments. And then this is where RJ moved the window switches. So normally the window switches on an Impreza are on the door, like pretty much most other cars from the era, but he actually moved them into the middle because there's no longer any back doors, so you don't need 4 switches. Plus, he took the door panels off. He's gonna make custom aluminum door panels. And so it just made sense to put them down on the center console. They are power, and they still work. Look at that. Big props to RJ for keeping the working power windows. The seats are nice and comfortable. They are stock. The headliner is not stock, it is flannel. But the one downside about the pickup truck conversion from the interior's perspective is the fact that I get a lot of road noise because there's not really any sound deadening left. So you're hearing me kind of yell. There's not a whole lot to deaden the sound, which in a fun driving sense gives me this real sense of macho-ness, and yes, I'm shifting gears and I feel the vibrations, but as a daily driver sense, if you're gonna daily drive this every day, you might get a little bit tired of it. But overall, just the driving sensation of this car, it's so unique and different. And the fact that RJ and his dad built this in their garage, I mean, not only such a bonding moment, but true craftsmanship. Is it perfect? No. But home projects are rarely ever perfect. They're perfect in their own ways. And the fact that RJ did this himself, you're not going to find this at a Subaru dealer. Sure, in the mid-2000s, they did have the Subaru Baja, which essentially was a factory Subaru-ish pickup truck, but not like this. This may look like a Baja, it probably drives like a Baja, but this is not a Baja. This is something way more special. And like I said earlier, the 2.5 liter NA EJ251, it's not fast. It's not a peppy motor. It's not a fast motor. It's not gonna blow the doors off of anything. You're probably not gonna win a whole lot of races with it. I've driven a couple vehicles with EJ251s, and the story is same across the board. However, it's fun. This is fun. I'm having fun. And I mean, just look at it. If you have a stock Subaru wagon and you want a couple extra eyeballs, Exhibit A, right here. You know, from where I'm sitting, really, it's kind of just a Subaru. And I like that. It has the drivability of a Subaru. It's comforting. I know what to expect. That makes me really, really happy. This car, this ute, this truck, I don't even know what to call it. This creation makes me really, really happy. Just something about it, man. Just something about it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this shed some light on Subaru pickup truck conversions. Huge thank you to RJ for letting me take this thing out. This is quite the interesting little thing, and I'm having a blast in it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.